Coming to you live from TikTok For You page. This is BJ in the morning. Let's go.
Thank you so much for letting me say anything during that intro.
Hey,
I was like, do I go now? Do I go now?
I felt it.
You went for it.
I went for
I'm
it.
I'm not actually complaining. I just thought it was funny.
I had to go for it 100%.
A 100
Just 110%.
100% cotton.
You just gotta do 110%. You
just got to go out there and give 110%.
Welcome to BJ in the morning. I'm Juan.
I'm Brendan.
And this is episode 28.
Dang.
28. 28. It's almost as old as we are in weeks.
Wow. That's exciting though.
I was actually doing the...
Whoa, I was talking, bud.
I was doing the math.
You're doing the math
on when the 31st episode is going to be.
This is the week before your birthday?
It is like the week, so like the week before the week before.
Oh, man.
2 weeks before.
Maybe we just take a week off then.
Take a week off or do a 30.5.
Just release a quickie that week because we haven't done a quickie in like 5 months.
And then a 30 3/4. And then an episode 31.
1.5. A quarter.
1 3/4. 1 1/4.
1 1/4. Just like we're counting down.
1 1/16.
1 1/30 seconds. Pretty sure it's the same. That is the same.
Same.
But Juan, how you doing? How you been? How you living?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Sweet.
I'm living good. But I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we should just jump right in. But the first one I want to talk about is, remember a couple episodes ago we talked about eSports?
Uh-huh.
And I came across a video.
Mother was not happy with
eSports at all.
She's still not.
She's going to jump out. But I just wanted to bring it up to you. I showed you the video earlier, but I wanted to bring it up on the podcast in case anyone remembers the eSports conversation. But I do martial arts.
What? No. What?
I competed in Taekwondo and stuff like that.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I came across a video of like this world like Olympic champion in Taekwondo going to one of those eSports tournaments, and they were doing Taekwondo VR.
Yeah, and they were like strapped down. They had like the leg controls, the hand leg controls, the goggles,
like sensors on their legs,
everything
on their hands, goggles, and they were fighting somebody like 20 feet away.
Virtually.
No
physical contact.
The video didn't show a very good, like, they didn't show the actual, like,
the
gameplay.
Yeah.
They did in the background behind them, but it didn't seem like that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed a little choppy, a little off. Like, maybe it's new, but, like, don't. Just don't. Like, if they feel the need to develop it more, like, I get it. It was fun.
Well, I think, like, the way you're looking at it is that those two people were in the same room playing a game, right? But just imagine, like, years down the road, two people in different countries going up for some kind of title or something, you know? And they can do it without having to fly to each other.
That's not cool.
Why is that not cool?
I don't like it.
You want to hurt people.
Because I've played the game. I played the real life game.
You've done the real thing.
It's a part of the process.
Okay, but what about people who aren't involved like that, who just want to like pretend beat up people?
But there's also different like so many things can go differently in real life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be off that day.
Mm-hmm.
You could be sore. You could be hurt. You could be.
There ain't no cheat codes in
There
real
ain't
life.
no cheat codes in real life.
But there are in video games.
In video games.
Yeah.
And then it's just the thought of like, okay, are they gonna develop this and then like make this the new way?
Probably not.
I hope not.
It's just like there's
You
games.
never know though.
Yeah, but like there's also games out there that are like cooking simulator and like car mechanic simulator.
Yeah.
Those are more for people who like maybe just don't have that but want it, if that makes sense. You know, like I played this game recently because I saw someone playing it on YouTube called House Flipper. I ain't flipping no houses in real life, dude. I ain't got the money for that. But you know, like I sat down and was like, I'm gonna just try this game. Whatever, it seems relaxing.
Right.
Put on a podcast and legit painted a house, like tore down some fake walls and did this stuff. And I was like, this is kind of relaxing. This is kind of chill. But I got to pretend to be a house flipper. And now, if that game gets developed more often, they're not going to stop having Taekwondo tournaments.
But it's gonna. I mean, okay, it'll be cool. Like it'll be cool to like try, I guess. But like, if that became the norm,
I don't think it will.
but we were talking about eSports, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just
Yeah, I mean, that would still be considered an esport, not a regular sport.
uh,
You know? It's still
Yeah.
video game.
Mother is angry.
Mother's always angry.
Mother is on my side,
No, but there's like I said, there's so many different games out there for everyone.
right?
That's what this is. You know what I mean? And the reason that
Sure.
video that you came across is a thing is because whoever made that game contacted that guy that you were talking about, the Olympic Taekwondo world professional badass, right?
Mm-hmm.
They contacted him and said, come do this demo so we can show off our game. You know?
Yeah,
That's what it was.
lame.
How else are you
I'm
going to
still
show off
mad.
a game like that?
I'm still mad.
Yeah. I understand why you're mad, but also don't, because for me it's like that's a video game I'm never going to play. You know? Like, and I also don't do martial arts, you know?
Yeah,
That's not my thing. That's not what I did.
right.
And it's like I said, a video game I'm not going to play. Also, VR is so new still, even though it's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much more that you got to develop. I've used VR one time, and it was when it first came out. Was it cool? Yeah. But I also got sick. Like,
Yeah.
so motion sickness. It was bad, dude. I don't recommend it.
Yeah. So we have a lot of TikTok trends that we were talking about before we recorded.
Oh, yes.
and we're like, let's talk about it on the podcast.
Because we wanted to talk about it.
Before we get too in depth, and we wanted to do an episode a couple episodes ago, and we just never did it.
Yeah.
I feel like now there's stuff,
The TikTok trends.
the trends and stuff that is a little more
There's a lot more to talk about.
worthy.
Yeah, there's a
You know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
crazy shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
And TikTok's eating it up.
They sure are, dude.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with what you wanted to talk about.
Oh, I think we can do that. So there was some pretty big like content creators type of news this week or this past week.
Yep.
It'll be 2 weeks ago now once this episode comes out. So I should have probably just said a couple weeks ago. But it was really awesome for me to hear, and I know me and one of our friends, Artie, we talked about it a little bit. But Smosh is back together.
The boys are back in town.
So yeah, Anthony and Ian are back. They bought Smosh from Mythical. The biggest news there is that Anthony's back after being gone for like 6 or 7 years.
Dang.
It sounds like there was a falling out between the two of them. Just business related stuff got in the way. Kind of crazy, kind of sad. But they're back, and this is like huge because no one ever thought they would get back together, and Smosh kept going after Anthony left and kind of changed like the whole dynamic and everything. Which is fine. Like I've watched Smosh since they started making videos on YouTube back in like 2005 or 6.
So he left. And then at what point did Mythical buy Smosh?
I'm not sure exactly when Mythical bought them. I can look it up though because I have it in front of me. It looks like 2019.
So when did he leave?
I think it was after DeFi, the DeFi era, which was like 2018, somewhere around there.
So do you think...
but I think it was before then, honestly.
Do you think Smosh went downhill?
It was 2017 he left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think Smosh went downhill and then was bought out by Mythical to help them stay afloat?
I would say that like going downhill is too harsh of a term. But I think that there was definitely ripples from him leaving. You know, like waves were made from Anthony leaving and things just kind of weren't the same. Smosh started.
Tsunamis.
To tsunamis.
To tsunamis.
I was like, what did you just say?
Tsunamis.
Pterodactyls.
Rendezvous. Rendezvous.
Colonel. Words.
Lincoln.
What? Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Let's get back to it.
Anyways.
So yeah, Anthony left in 2017 because DeFi Media closed, who owned Smosh at the time.
Okay.
So basically from what I remember is they sold to DeFi for stock in the company, Anthony and Ian. But then DeFi never did anything, and then they closed. So
sounds like a scam to me.
DeFi was kind of shit, honestly. And they closed without warning too. So everyone who was under the DeFi like umbrella was screwed for a while.
Really?
But anyways, I don't think that they went downhill after that. I think it was more of like they had to like re-identify the channel for what it is now, right? So they had to find new content to make, and I'm still a fan of Smosh. I still watch them on a weekly basis. I like their like Try Not to Laugh series, and they do like the Smosh game videos, which are really fun.
Right.
The Two Truths and a Lie. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
I haven't seen any recent Smosh like at all.
Dang, dude, we got to catch you up. But the reason like Smosh like coming back like is such a huge deal is Smosh was like a huge part of like our friend group making YouTube videos back in the day.
Right.
Because Smosh got really popular, so was Anthony and Ian made a lip syncing video to the Pokemon theme song. And I remember us making a lip singing video to the Pokemon theme song for the announcements in high school.
Yeah.
Because they did it, and we were like, we want to do it. And this was so like, we were little babies at the time. I don't think you were there.
I wasn't in your class, and by the time you guys started doing the announcements, I was gone.
Yeah, but I just remember making that video, and it was us first learning how to use like After Effects and Premiere, like all that kind of stuff, right? And we took little PNGs of Pokemon and had them like fly across the screen and like jump off like the palm of our hand, and I'm probably gonna put it in the edit that I do here. But like we started really pursuing like our dreams of making funny videos with our friends, because of Smosh. And I think like they started with all that stuff, and me and Artie were like super into Smosh and like tons of other videos, right?
Yeah.
But Smosh really set the push the ball down the hill, if you will.
Yeah, they set the bar for that style of video,
and that's all we ever wanted to do. You know, like look at some of our old YouTube videos. It's like I'm never gonna say that it is anywhere quality wise to what they were making.
Inspired,
it's so inspired by everything they did. So like for me, when they came back, it was for a lot of different reasons. It was like two best friends since high school, like coming back together and like, boom, doing it.
Yeah.
And so I'm feeling more inspired again, just like, look at them. They're still going. Smosh is still one of my favorite channels, like I said.
Yeah.
And I'm just really happy to see what happens next.
What is your favorite, most memorable Smosh video?
Oh, the food battles.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember, because they did one every year.
Yep.
And I just remember me and Artie, like, whenever one dropped, we're like, we gotta watch it. We gotta go. Like, we're so pumped about this video and the pink frosted sprinkled donuts. I'll never forget it. It was always so funny. And then other than that is when they did the sex ed song with "I Set My Friends on Fire."
Yeah.
I don't know. We all knew that song in high school. Periods suck and commas rule. I think someone in our group had a shirt
that said that.
I think it was probably Artie, honestly. But yeah, they sold that shirt, and like that their whole journey, like, I don't know. I think they inspired a lot of what we do now still to this day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really pumped about it. I hope everything goes.
Well, I'm gonna have to start watching.
I'll send you a bunch of videos.
My favorite Smosh video that I still remember to this day.
I have so many just going through my head right now. I'm sorry.
Is the Legend of Zelda rap.
The Legend of Zelda rap. That was the next one on my list.
That was like I think I didn't really get into Smosh, but I feel like that might have been the introduction to Smosh for me. Mm-hmm. Was that song.
Do you want to just end the podcast here and we'll just go watch a bunch of Smosh videos?
Let's get out of here. 60-minute podcast. Yeah. Let's go.
Really easy listening this week.
And we'll talk to you next time.
But I think the most iconic thing about Smosh videos is just the shut up at the intro. Yeah. Every video, outro. I'm just pumped about it, and I wanted to talk about it. I could go on forever. Probably because I'm a fan of Smosh. I think there was a period of time where they did kind of drop the ball while they were trying to figure out who they were, and here they are.
They're here.
And if we ever steal ideas, we're not stealing. If we're ever inspired, if we're ever inspired by things that they've done, just know it is exactly that, because I love Smosh. I love Smosh.
Yeah.
So more power to him. Welcome back, Anthony.
Welcome back.
I can't wait for the new version of Smosh now.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
But yeah, that's just the first thing on our list today.
What's
the next thing on our list?
So I saw a thing on TikTok that I wanted to talk about, and I did not enjoy it.
Okay.
And I feel like this is a new thing, a new trend, because I feel like I saw it for the first time like yesterday or today, and like the first thing I saw wasn't what I saw today.
Okay.
And what I saw today is what I showed you today.
Yeah.
It's I guess it's Grimace's birthday.
Grimace? Who's Grimace?
Grimace from McDonald's.
I was just kidding. I knew who it was. I just wanted to make sure the listeners.
Grimace from McDonald's.
The purple chicken nugget.
Purple man. Yeah. Apparently it's his birthday, and McDonald's came out with the
Grimace milkshake.
A Grimace milkshake.
And that's purple.
It's purple. It's purple and it's milky.
You know what it reminds me of? Did you ever watch that show on Disney Channel, or the movie on Disney Channel, a DCOM, if you would, Disney Channel original movie, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, and they make the purple gunk?
Yeah,
that's what I think. That's what this is to me.
It reminds me. Okay, wait. I'm not gonna say what it reminds me of yet. Okay. So
Thanos' blood.
No. So
no, but you know when he wipes it off and it's purple blood.
Is it purple?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Anyways, keep going.
So
if you haven't watched Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, though, fucking watch it. It's so good. Continue.
The first TikTok that I saw yesterday was not what we saw today.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was a girl like, oh, let me try your Grimace milkshake. And then he hands her the milkshake and she tastes it. She goes, oh my God, it's so good. And she takes off the lid and pours it on her face.
I feel like that's a thing.
That is a thing.
Yeah, that happens.
And that's like one of those weird TikToks that's like, whoa, okay.
It's like
and
the
she
guy
does it again with another one, right? And it's like, okay, that's weird. It's funny, right?
Sure.
Well, what I saw today is the Grimace TikTok and people doing like Grimace milkshake reviews, right? They're like, hey, what's up? Back at it again, and I got my Grimace milkshake. I'm about to taste test it. By the way, happy birthday, Grimace. And I'm gonna give it a taste, and I'm gonna let you know what I think. And it's like they taste it, and it's like they show them like tasting it, and then they're cut to them not alive with Grimace milkshake all over them.
There were some pretty horrific ones too.
Yeah,
there was someone like stuck in a tree. I'm trying to say is
like
politically
it's
correct.
one of those things that like it could be funny done differently, but I haven't it gives me this weird morbid feeling of like there is an underlying like message or like underlying meaning to this.
I think like the worst one that we saw was that dude who just was like under a bridge with his head in the water.
Oh yeah.
I was like, there
was another
joke,
one where this guy like took a sip and he was in the forest like with his shirt off and he was like up against a tree. Yeah. And there was another one that I saw which made me want to talk about it. We didn't find it right now when we searched it, but this guy he's in the car, he takes a sip and then like he goes like blank.
Wide-eyed.
Yeah, and then he gets out of the car, he starts walking, and then he gets hit by a car.
What?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk more about it. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
This is messed up, guys. I don't see the humor in this.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
And it's like very just dark.
Yeah.
And morbid. And like I try so hard to understand, but I don't understand the purpose of this trend.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, like, are we over the hill now? You know? Are we just not getting the younger generation's humor? Or is this something that like no one's gonna get?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. It's
like
kinda,
I don't feel like we have to be very young to understand. Like so like back in the day, the Gen Zers had a fucking meme that was just right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And you're like, why is that funny?
Yeah.
That makes me feel old, right? But this is not that.
Okay, I'm just making
sure. You know what
sure.
I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think so. It's like there's got to be, like, who's the first person that made this video?
And why did it take off?
And what is the context to this? Like,
but also, none of them told us if the shake is good or not.
Right. Like, one of them, they were like, oh, I've heard so much about this and how good it is. I'm like,
where?
How?
Yeah.
How did you hear that?
I still don't want to try it.
It does. It looks pretty good.
You want to go right now? You just end the podcast here.
It's a 24-minute podcast.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
We're going to go and come back and review the Grimace milkshake. The purple Grimace
Can
milkshake.
we splatter it all over the walls?
I know. It's just...
It was such a weird trend. Like, when you told me to look it up, I wasn't expecting what I saw.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first one that we pulled up was like, some kid just takes a drink and then just like, blah, you know, and just walks like around all sad, like quiet and like possessed almost, you know, and then just blah again.
But do you know what it made me think of in a way? Real life Ivan Ooze.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just people getting possessed and zombified of this drink.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously they're playing around, but like, nope. just nope.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't get it.
Me
I don't
either.
understand it.
But like, what if it was real life Ivan News?
We're probably not
Like,
going to
they
drink
just
it.
touch it and they're like, imagine Power Rangers and Ivan News were real.
Uh-huh.
And I had this purple stuff, and I was like, hey man, try it. Try this Grimace milkshake.
I wouldn't even know. I would just be like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go.
We all become
Do they
just
say
under
anything
control.
when they're zombies? Do they say something?
No.
I can't remember.
No.
They're just walking, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking of the Mummy.
Uh-huh.
Emotep.
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 I like how this is now the second Brendan Fraser movie we have brought up today. How many more can we throw in there?
Oh man. By the way, did you watch The Whale? This is completely off topic.
I have not. Did you?
Yeah, I saw it in theater.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very it's different.
Uh-huh.
And it's like it makes you, it pulls on your heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like a very, very real situation going on here.
Yeah, I don't want to know anything about it because I still need to watch it.
But you should watch it.
I have a list of A24 movies I need to watch still.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched a lot of them, but there's still like a couple that I'm a little behind on.
Like
so.
the goat. Goat one. Isn't there a goat one?
Do you mean Lamb?
Lamb, that's what it is.
I heard it was terrible, so I'm never gonna watch it. I did. Did you watch the Witch, the Vivitch?
The Vivitch? Yeah, I've seen that.
Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Nope.
Okay, so you need to watch that one because it's so good.
I know.
But I haven't seen like X or Pearl or The Lighthouse yet.
Lighthouse is weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm sleeping on A24 movies. But anyways,
moving on
to something else.
What was? Oh, wait.
I don't want to get into the meat and potatoes. You know, the big thing just yet.
The big thing. Okay, so the
we did the Grimace Shake.
Apple,
like unveiled a lot of
stuff.
Yeah, some really cool things I think, and some really silly things. My biggest thing right now is the new iOS update. Seems pretty legit. Seems like there's gonna be some cool features in there.
Yeah, and it seems like it's gonna work with like the phones that we got. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they used to come out with like iOS updates that were specifically for the newest phone.
And like at the moment we have the newest phone.
Right.
But when this update comes out, we won't have the newest phone.
But at the same time, like back in the day when we had like iPhone 6.
Yeah.
Right? Or the
iPhone 4.
No, I feel like the iOS system got pretty crazy at iPhone 6. So like if we had the iPhone 5.
I think, no, because you got to remember, like, what was your first iPhone? What number?
I think it was a 4 or 5. Like because there was smaller square one.
There was the 4, and then the next one was the 4S that had Siri. Did you have the one with Siri?
I had the one with Siri.
So I had just the 4. And the reason I say I think it started with the 4 is because of the introduction of Siri. That was like the biggest thing. Uh-huh. So like I had the 4 until I got a 6. You know?
Yeah.
Until I got like the 6 Plus or whatever.
So I got the iPhone because of douchebag at the place we worked at.
Uh-huh.
He was showing off Siri, and I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
And guess what? 10 years later, Siri is disabled on my phone.
but also they're getting rid of the Hey Siri.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for anything to start. My phone was just like, I do not understand.
Yeah.
But they're getting rid of that command.
Uh-huh.
So you just have to say Siri now. No, didn't go off. But yeah, I didn't even know I had that running.
But like my point,
I've never said that phrase in my life until right then.
Really?
That's the first time, other than like clicking the button by accident to activate it, that it's activated like that.
So you wanna know why I turned mine off? Remember we did that Christmas video?
The Christmas one?
Uh-huh.
The sweater weather?
Yeah, sweater weather.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, hey Siri, what's the weather?
No,
Didn't
it's not. It's not. It's my voice.
When I'd said "Hey Siri" in the video,
it
would go off on my phone,
and you turned it off,
and I'm like, "What? How is that even possible? Why is that a thing?"
Yeah,
like I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
and Siri's helpful sometimes.
No,
sure. I mean, sometimes
for some people,
like Maria, she works from home. She'll be like, "Hey Siri, set a 30-minute timer," and she don't even need to touch her phone. She just walks away. Okay, I set a 30-minute timer.
Is that the voice?
Yeah,
it sounded like Cartman.
That's not what Siri sounds like.
I don't even know what Siri sounds like.
Okay, I set timer for 15 minutes.
I've never, like I said, that's the first time I've ever said the phrase.
You have 15 minutes to J off before Brendan gets here.
Is that the last one you said?
She knows me so well.
Hey, and you're just like, hey, can you tell me the location to Brendan? He's about 25 minutes out. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Okay. Would you like me to open up Cornhub?
Thanks, Siri. You're a real wingman or wing person, wing computer.
I don't want to assume.
We're not trying to assume anything.
Yeah.
An AI. You're an artificial intelligence. We know. You're listening right now, Siri.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri. Whoa!
Whoa! Stop.
It just said wow, 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 wow,
wow, wow, wow, wow, wow.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yeah, they're getting rid of that command. Just right back on track. My favorite like iOS update that they put out though was the standby mode.
That looks cool.
Like you said it, and I didn't think about it. Was like you have to buy the stand probably.
Yep. Now we have to buy a stand.
But hopefully there's other stands.
But like the Apple Watch already had a standby mode for charging, like docking.
Yeah, so now your phone's gonna have it.
Right.
Which I think's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's like it almost looks like a vintage like alarm clock.
Yeah, if I can't get the red digital
vintage.
Yeah. But if I can get the red digital numbers, like the old classic alarm clock,
I'm sure you could.
I want that. That's what I would set mine to all the time.
Yeah.
The FaceTime messages, I think that's kind of the highlight too.
That's pretty cool.
Like leaving voicemails, but for FaceTime.
Hey, sorry I missed your call. If you want to give me a call, are we gonna start doing that? For
it's gonna be FaceTime. Like, hey, this is my forehead. I just thought I'd FaceTime you real quick.
I don't have my face on.
I don't have my face on. I'm about to jump in the shower. FaceTime me back. We'll get back to you sometime. All right, talk to you later.
And then it's
just you like fumbling around like
just hey man. Just thought I'd give you a call. Oh, check out my new puppy. He just like has the whole conversation.
Just holding the
yeah. If you want to see him,
just come over.
Just you know where I live. Come on over.
Oh, and just wait until like spammers start FaceTime voicemailing us.
Ugh. So like, I got speaking of that, and they're not spammers, right? They just
scams.
Spam calling me.
Yeah.
They're not scamming me.
Uh-huh.
I've already purchased the item.
Uh-huh.
They're just spam calling me because they want to let me know about a change in my
warranty
account.
Oh, account.
Okay. So, like, I have solar panels.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
And then I pay a certain amount. Right?
$5.
But then after 2 years, which it has been already, that amount goes from a certain dollar amount to like a slightly higher dollar amount. Unless you paid it down, like, whatever.
Because it's a lease.
Right. So basically, they wanted me to take my tax return and put it into my solar panels to keep the cheaper amount.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna just waste my money.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna spend my money on something I want.
Hell yeah.
Not clean energy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, anyways, I knew that eventually my payment was gonna go up. And I saw it auto draws from my account, so I was like, "Oh, hey, they took out more money. Cool. That's the exact amount that we had talked about."
One crap load of money?
No, not too much.
Oh, half a crap load.
Like a quarter of a crap load.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like it's affordable.
Yeah.
So I was like,
affordable. It's reasonable.
It's reasonable. So I was just like, oh yeah, they took the amount that they said.
Yeah.
I would be concerned if it wasn't
like the
what
last
they
time
said.
we talked about this on the podcast.
Right. Yeah. So then I'm like, they're calling me. They're like, we just want to let you know about a change in your account. Give me a call back at blah, 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 blah.
800-123.
And I'm like, I don't need to know. Like, I knew when the money was taken out a month ago.
Yeah.
And they called me like 5 times. We just wanted to update you on a change on your account. Shut up. You know?
See, like, I'm getting something like that, but it's because I went to urgent care like 4 months ago.
Right.
Paid everything there.
Uh-huh.
But I still got a bill.
Lame.
And it's the same exact price as what I paid in the urgent care when I was there.
Cool.
So I was like, I didn't get any bills, didn't get anything like that at the time, and then I started getting calls, call after call, every single morning, same time, like 9:30 in the morning, every single day. And I don't answer an 800 number. Like,
right.
Who answers an 800 number?
Right.
Anybody? Anyone in the back?
Sometimes.
No?
Sometimes I do.
But yeah, and then I finally got a bill because I finally changed my my address.
Yeah.
I have not put it in the post office. Like,
really?
I just kept forgetting. But then I finally did it, and I got all these bills, the same freaking one. It's like, you owed this amount of money to urgent care. And I'm like, ugh. They told me I was fine, too. Yeah. You know how bullshit that is? Like,
well, you know, it's probably a good thing to talk to those people, though, because sometimes they'll tell you, like, don't worry about your bill.
Yeah.
Because that's happened to me before. It's like, I've gotten a bill, and they're like, oh, wait, no. You paid. Why? I don't know why you got a bill.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do what my dad. I started doing what my dad used to do. Ever since I was a little kid, he would answer the phone and be like, "Taco donut. How can I help you?"
And how does that work? Like, how's it go?
Everyone's just confused as fuck.
Yeah, it's like the whole like, "Hi, thanks for calling blah 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 mortuary." Like,
hi, I'm looking for Jawan. Oh, that's probably one of our cooks.
My favorite is when I get calls like that and they ask for a Brandon.
Yeah.
And I go,
Brandon, not here.
Nobody by that name here. And then I just hang up. I'm like, they'll never get it. They'll never understand. But I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I'm 31 years old.
Yep.
For at least 31 of those 31 years, multiple people every day, all the time, call me Brandon. Is it a pet peeve? Yes.
Yes.
Do I get as mad as I used to? Yes. Because if I come up to you and say, hey, I'm Brendan, and you immediately go, Brandon? Wrong. You're wrong. You're the asshole.
My name is Barundin.
Look up most popular baby names, 1990. Did I ever tell you? I don't know if I showed you, or it's probably come up in the last 13 years we've been out of high school. But they put Brandon in my high school yearbooks.
What?
People I went to school with.
I don't think you did show me that.
I'm gonna next time.
On purpose?
No, I think they're just ignorant.
They just did it.
But yeah, dude, I have trophies from when I played soccer. Brandon.
Yeah, I've been called Juwan. I've been called Uwan.
Uwan.
Yeah.
Uwan.
Uwan.
Like, that just made me think of that movie Neighbors, where they have the what's his face party. Why can't I think of his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Say again. Start over.
Okay, what's the actor in Taxi Driver, or Meet the Fockers? You know who I'm talking?
Robert De Niro.
That's the one. I was drawing a blank. But there's that whole scene in
one
Neighbors.
of the most famous actors in the world.
I just couldn't think of his name right now. Okay, I'm sorry. But they have the party, and they all just start ooh-ah. You don't remember the scene in Neighbors?
Which movie? Neighbors.
With Seth Rogen and Zac Efron.
Robert De Niro.
They have the Robert. No, they have the frat has a Robert De Niro party.
Right, with Zac Efron.
So what do the people call you?
Uwan.
Ooh-ah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Do people call you John?
My mom.
Well, no, I knew that one.
Yeah, nobody really calls me John.
Your mom does it because she finds it way funny.
That's my name, though.
Yeah. In America.
My mom calls me a variety of names, right?
Juan. John.
Johnny.
Asshole.
Bitch. Andres. Andrew.
Andy. She never called you that.
I don't think so.
No.
I did have one of those old 1990s style plastic license plate things with your name, and it said Andy, I think. I think one said Johnny, the other said Andy.
So the funny thing with all those kind of like souvenirs is there was never a Brendan ever.
Really?
Never.
That sucks.
So then anytime that like I would come across it, if I was traveling or my mom or whatever, they would buy it. You know how many of those things I have? 4. Where they spell my name how it is spelled, how my name was spelled for me.
Yeah.
But Brendan's becoming a more popular name, I think. And I have to give credit to Brendan Fraser again. How many times do we bring Brendan Fraser up this? Wait, you brought up the whale. Randomly.
Yeah.
So we did what was the first one the first
Bedazzled.
movie? Bedazzled. And then The Mummy, then The Whale.
Uh-huh.
What other movies are we going to throw in here?
Now just him
Encino
himself.
Man?
You did it.
Looney Tunes back
in action. No, that's not. It's got to be natural. It's got to come natural.
Right. I love Brendan Fraser though.
Me too.
He's so great.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've gone on a tangent.
In his butt. He's okay though.
What? All right. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast.
Brendan Fraser, the whole scandal that happened that literally knocked his career off track.
Don't remember. I never gave up on Brendan Fraser. Never.
So you know how like back in the day, Brendan Fraser was like a good-looking, very muscular.
Hurting himself doing the Mummy movies for all the stunts he did by himself.
Yes.
And the other
and
action
he
movies
was on
he
the
did.
rise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did George of the Jungle.
Great.
He did fucking The Mummy.
Great.
The Mummy 2.
Great.
The Mummy 3.
Great. Not The Mummy 4 though.
Nope. and he was just on a fucking rise to stardom.
Bedazzled. Right? Blast from the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a Looney Tunes back in action.
Looney Tunes back in action.
Oh my god.
No, apparently one of like the really big like directors in front of like a bunch of people like shook his hand and like went to give him a hug and then like
that whole shit.
Yeah.
And that would fuck anyone up, you know? Yeah, that's what I mean? That's messed up.
Yeah, and I mean like he like wanted to say something and then like it destroyed his career because like he didn't actually say something, but the Grinch.
The Grinch.
Not
a Brendan Fraser movie.
But like the
The stigma?
The rumors and the stigma of it, like, put backlash on that director or producer, whoever it was.
Uh-huh.
And then he started, like, losing jobs.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
We love Brendan Fraser. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a long time coming. Do you think he'll ever do another Mummy movie?
No.
That's sad.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's doing a lot of other movies.
But Harrison Ford can make another fucking Indiana Jones movie.
I am not... Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan.
And a big Harrison Ford fan.
Huge, if you will.
Uh-huh.
I am not okay with this Indiana Jones movie.
Are we still going to see it?
Probably. It comes out like next week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or this week as...
Yeah, it's soon. It comes out soon. It comes out this month.
But yeah, it's like I don't want to see. I'm tired of the 20 years later sequel.
Yeah. Sometimes it works. I can't think of any times that it's worked off the top of my head. But like Hocus Pocus 2 was like meh. It had some funny moments. I didn't enjoy it all that much at all. The Walgreens scene was my favorite part of that movie, where they're freaking out over all the stupid stuff at Walgreens. Space Jam, I didn't like the remake, or the reboot or whatever they consider it.
Right. When did it work?
But I think it worked. It halfway worked with the Scream series. Like Scream 4 is not the best.
The only time that it worked was when it wasn't trending.
Mm-hmm.
And Halloween did it.
I guess, yeah.
When Halloween...
But didn't they just reboot it technically?
Huh?
It was like a reboot sequel. A requel.
No, they did... I don't think it was 20 years, but I think it might have been 10 years. They did like... It was Halloween 3 or something, and then like 10 plus years later, it was... Halloween.
Right, we talked about this
H2O
before.
H2O or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that one. I don't know. There's a lot of times that these studios do these kind of things, and I just don't think it works, man. Like,
I mean, it worked better than it does now.
Yeah, because we saw Ghostbusters. You remember way back in the day?
Yeah.
And that movie's okay. Like, have you watched it since we watched it the first time? It's just okay.
Yeah.
Like... I hate the ghost scene at the end of that movie now. Like, it just looks so weird, and it's just all the OG Ghostbusters coming back, and they just don't look like they're having fun.
Yeah.
That takes you out of it. You know what I mean? It takes you way out of what's going on in this. But yeah, I can't think of it except Scream 5.
Okay.
And that's just because, like, they talk direct shit at Scream 4 and Scream 5, you know? Yeah. They yes, bring legacy characters back from all the movies, but the whole joke of the Scream series is like all these horror movies are doing this stupid shit. We're gonna do the stupid shit, but we're gonna call ourselves out for it.
Another one that did work but didn't work after that was Jurassic World.
Yeah, dude.
Jurassic World was great, but then the ones following that were just like, oh, really?
They tried too much, dude.
Come on.
Like, I really love the idea of like dinosaurs roaming the earth again.
Yeah.
And getting off the island.
Yep.
But did they have to make it like there's clone humans now too because the dinosaur research on Isla Nublar?
Yeah.
And with that whole, I don't know, that whole subplot where the little girl's the clone, I just hate it. You know, the raptor thing inside the house could have been scarier. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but also like they're just like, let's let the dinosaurs out.
Okay.
They're just like me.
And now, like in the new one, the newest one, they
bring the legacy characters back.
They're dangerous in the world, but we have to keep them safe.
Yeah.
What?
Everything's contradicting.
They're not real animals.
I don't remember the line in the newest one, but there's a line that like Malcolm says about how like nothing's as good as the OG.
Yeah.
And he says it like almost to the camera, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, yep, they jumped the shark. That's what it is. They jumped the shark with all these they try to pander to our nostalgia for these movies. If you just made a new script and you just made a new idea, like maybe it could go better, you know? Like find the ways to tie it in after the script is done. Yeah. Right? After the original idea is done. That's why I think, like, again, I'm going back to Scream, but it's just because I just watched all 6 of them. But like Scream 6, like there's so many different parts of that where I'm like, this could have been any serial killer movie, but then they find these ways to tie it into Scream. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a bad example of this though. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yes.
So the first Cloverfield, I love this movie. Great. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. 10 Cloverfield Lane, still a great movie until the last 10 minutes where they try to like tie it into the original, tie it into Cloverfield. Yeah. And then it does another spinoff that's actually a prequel to the movies, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, like if they would have just left like Cloverfield Lane, if they would have just left it at she got to the door and she escaped. Now she's running.
No, but even if it just like she opens the door and you just get a reaction shot and that's where it cuts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But
there's like legit UFOs flying around.
Yeah.
We didn't even have that in Cloverfield.
Yeah. I know.
Like, sorry, I love that movie. Everything about that movie is amazing until she gets out.
Right.
So just have her open the door. Don't show us jack shit.
Yeah.
Except her reaction and let our brains do the work.
Exactly.
And you could still call it Cloverfield Lane. And what we would do is like that monster spawned more monsters and they're tearing apart the United States.
Your main takes off.
That's it. Your main takes on.
Your main takes off. Your main takes off and your brain don't work, right?
Yeah. I'm not following.
Your brain takes off.
Yeah, we don't need to be spoon-fed all the information.
Yeah. Speaking of 20-year sequels that we don't need. Zoe 102.
Yeah, they just dropped this trailer.
Like today, apparently?
Sometime today or yesterday, sometimes recently.
First of all, we are watching the trailer, right? Mm-hmm. And I say, oh, is Jamie Lynn Spears going to be in it?
And I go, she's right there.
She was in the first shot of the fucking trailer.
She doesn't.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, she just doesn't look like her.
Nobody looks like who they were.
No, but this is an ongoing problem with these reboot shows 20 years later, right? Like iCarly.
Yeah.
The only people that, I mean, I guess like Miranda Cosgrove kind of still looks like Miranda Cosgrove from back then.
Yeah.
But no one else in that show looks the same.
And I get it. They grew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what is the purpose of this show? Or this movie, whatever it's going to be, of this movie, of the show, 20 years later. But it's like Zoe 102.
First off, title sucks. The title sucks.
Title sucks ass. But Zoe still can't get her shit together.
She's still talking about high school in every other shot.
And it's funny how they bring up, it's like, oh, I can't believe you still talk about high school or whatever.
Yeah, even though we talk about high school a lot.
Well, it's different. She's talking about dating and shit.
And we're over here like, yeah, this is our podcast. We reminisce about 30 years of being friends.
But she's still struggling to date because she was so terrible at dating people in high school, and she's apparently still terrible at dating people at 30.
I mean, same, but
like, sure,
it took me a while to figure it out.
Relatable, right?
Yeah,
but why?
Okay, are there better shows from like the Nickelodeon, Disney Channel era?
That's what I'm saying is like...
Would there be better options?
That show wasn't that popular.
Oh, I think it was.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it was really popular. It had like 3 spinoffs. There was a crossover with iCarly. Like...
Was there really?
Yeah, Sam and Cat.
Sam and Cat.
With Ariana Grande?
Right.
And Jeanette McCurdy?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Me neither, but I knew it was a thing. No, but like, think about it. There's so many better shows out there that would be really fun to bring back. I'm gonna always throw out Pete and Pete The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
No one knows this show. No one remembers this show. But I would love to get Danny Tamborelli back on the big screen like that, or the small screen because TVs.
Yeah.
This is a joke. That show could not be done again. Like, it was of the time. But there's got to be other shows that were on Disney or Nickelodeon that would be way more interesting to watch than the iCarly reboot or Zoe 102
Phil
reboot.
the Future.
Phil, it is the future now, Phil.
Did they ever answer like anything for
I don't
that
know.
show,
I
or
stopped
did it
watching.
just get
I stopped
canceled?
watching.
Because it's like, weren't they like trying to like get back home? Did they get back home?
I don't even know.
I don't remember either.
Now I'm curious. Is that on Disney Plus?
Look it up. I don't know.
Oh, we're gonna find out. Also, whatever else is on
talking,
Disney Plus, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
Yeah, I talked about it at the beginning of this episode.
You know what I've been watching?
What's that?
BattleBots.
Don't even know what that is.
Oh my God,
Don't even
Brendan!
You know what I've been watching? Not that.
Keep talking while I look this up.
But I'm trying to think of other shows that would be fun to bring back from that era. I think they tried to bring back like Are You Afraid of the Dark and things like that, which I loved those shows. But did you see that they're bringing Goosebumps back as a TV series?
No.
Yeah, Goosebumps coming back. So maybe like other shows are on the list, you know?
Really?
I am drawing a blank on Nickelodeon TV shows right now.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
That are not cartoons.
Yeah, it's hard.
There's not many.
There was that show with Josh Peck and not the other dude. We're not talking about the other dude. That show, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What else was there?
In the final episode of of the Future, Phil and Keely finally reveal their feelings for each other.
Cute.
And start dating after being voted the cutest couple by their high school.
Cute.
However, shortly after they begin dating, Pim helps Lloyd finally repair the time machine.
Woo!
Keely asks Phil to wait for her in the future, which he agrees to. Not possible.
I mean, they were pretty far ahead in the future, I'm pretty sure, right?
A whole fucking century, dude.
Were they from the year 3000?
They're the 22nd century, man.
Oh, that's
so 1,000 years?
A century?
10,000 years?
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. But yeah, so we saw a lot of stuff on TikTok recently. There's a lot more out there.
Right.
We might have to do part 2 of
Part 2 sounds good to me.
of things that we saw on TikTok. So come back for that.
Oh, before we go.
Before we go.
BattleBots.
Okay, yeah, what's BattleBots?
BattleBots. You have to watch BattleBots.
What is
I've
it?
been watching it every night before I go to bed.
I don't know what it is. You're not explaining it.
BattleBots. People make robots.
Oh, never mind.
And they
I know what you're
fight
talking
them
about
in
now.
the arena.
I know what you're talking about.
It's on Max.
My head said BattleBots is like knockoff Transformers.
Oh God. Or like Real Steel.
Yeah. The Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie,
Yeah. No,
which was actually really
BattleBots.
good. Yeah, okay, now I get it. I'm with you now. I've seen the show.
Okay.
Have you watched The Bear?
No.
I just binge watched season 2 and it just came out on Wednesday. I watched the whole thing. But that show is really good if you're working a restaurant and want to experience the stress of work outside of work. Watch that show.
Watch it.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I think it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Time for what?
You know. Hey Siri, set 15-minute timer.
It doesn't work for you.
Okay. I set 15-minute timer for you to go jay off in your closet.
God damn it.
With the lights off. Alone. Because you're a lonely motherfucker.
Okay, besides all that, if you are feeling bored and need something to do,
Hit us up.
Yeah, we have a subreddit now just for BJ in the morning.
Yeah.
So you should join the community with us.
Join the Revit.
The Reddit. I'm pretty sure it's just it's r/BJ in the morning podcast.
Yep.
So you should join there.
Join that.
Me and Juan are there.
Yep.
We post some things here or there. There's a Q&A section, all that kind of stuff.
Hit up the TikTok at BJ in the morning _.
The funny thing is you can also use that exact thing to hit up the Instagram.
BJ in the morning _ the YouTube. We're highly encouraging YouTube right now.
And it's BJ in the morning _ as well.
Did you change it?
I think I changed it.
BJ in the morning podcast.
It's one of the
one of those two.
It's one of those.
I think it's BJ in the morning podcast. But
drop us a follow, share some love. If you got friends who need something to listen to while they're hanging out at home, long drives, if you got a 45-minute commute to work, you can listen to most of our podcasts in one go.
At least 3:30 seconds of it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, share to your friends, tell them to listen to us, drop a follow on any of our social media sites, where you can also find links to all of the other social media sites. We even have a website out right now.
We have a website.
You can find that link in our bios.
And you can send us emails.
You can send us emails.
And we could be friends.
Please
be our friends. Friend, not like just listeners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be our friends.
But thanks.
We go to emo night once a month.
We do.
Once every 2 months.
There's one next month.
Once a month.
On the 17th, I think.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for listening to this episode of BJ in the Morning. I'm Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And we will talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
What if I wanted the last word?
Goodbye.
I'm just going to call this out.
I said good day.
You ever seen the movie Airheads?
Dude, I love that movie.
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Best movie ever.
I wouldn't say it's the best movie ever, but it's a really good Brendan Fraser movie.
It's a pretty damn good movie.
Have you seen Blast from the Past?
Yeah.
We obviously talked about Bedazzled.
Yeah.
But you know what the best one is? Looney Tunes Back in Action.